Frankly, it was difficult because once you are in partnership for a decade, we got into JV in 1990, and we broke away from the JV in 2000. So it's exactly 10 years, and that was the time. That was the initial period. Yeah, so that's where people make opinion about the brand. So it actually was difficult to explain that Timex is a global brand with 170 years of legacy, and it's not a sub-brand of Titan. Honestly, we still have that perception in the minds of people, and we are trying to, convey the right image and the right facts about the brand. But yeah, that challenge still we have. It's not gone completely. For the longest time, we didn't do much about it. But then we realized that actually we are a multinational, American multinational with a long history of watchmaking, and we need to convey it. So when you see all our campaigns now for the last 3-4 years, we are not necessarily talking about being an American, but we are talking about an international brand, and we're talking about Americana heritage. We are talking about legacy of 170 years. We completed 170 years, last year. If you would have asked me a decade back, I would have said, India requirement is a bit too different from what global trends are. The consumer still needs something else. So if I say in current context, world is a global village. And we realize that Indian consumers have aspirations to buy the products which any other country in the world is buying. So that, that timeline difference, which India used to be behind by a decade, is shrinking. So having said that, India is also India and Bharat. Yeah. So we do ensure that while we bring all the global brands or global products within Timex or all the licensed brand we have, we also have a product category which global product range is not covering and which is relevant for our market. We do customize, but it's not that we customize a large portion of our offering. We still give about 70% of the offering which we give anywhere in the world, but we do customize a part of it to suit our Indian taste. So Freya is one of the examples. Freya is a franchise, as we call it, within Timex, which is for women occasion wear. So Indian ethnic wear, you can't wear any other watch. You need something which is more jewel watch, more sleek, and Freya is a huge success. I would say it's adaptability and agility. These are the two things I would say. Generally legacy comes with its own perils. You generally try to do what you have been doing in the past. But as an organization, we are very adaptable. We are very agile. We move fast with the trends. So all our products, all our marketing stories, the way we sell, the channels, we have adapted with the changing environment. For example, e-commerce, it was not there about 6 years back in our category. It used to be more towards, electronics at that point in time. So now we ensure that we participate in it. And today about 1/3 of our business actually comes from online channels. So whether it's channel, whether it is product, or whether it's the way you interact with your consumer, we have been very agile, we have been very adaptable. We have been making changes faster than our competition to remain relevant to the ever-evolving consumer. Generally, people think about that Q-commerce is more relevant for FMCG and fruits and beverages and all. No, not at all. If you can get anything which you want to consume faster than how you have been getting today, everybody will like it. So we are already participating in Q-commerce. We are part of Minutes. Minutes is Q-commerce of Flipkart. Teas is Q-commerce of Amazon. We are getting onboarded with Swiggy Instamart. We are negotiating with Bling and Zepto. So we are participating with them. Yeah, it's negotiating in the sense, the model is very different. So many dark stores. It's operationally very heavy Q-commerce. So we have to see how do we service, how do we do fulfillment, because a city like Delhi, to be covered, all zip codes of Delhi to cover, you would need about 2,000 dark stores. Yeah, if you stay true to your promise of 10 minutes delivery, you have to be very close. So it's actually a huge logistical challenge, and we want to ensure we just do not start without being fully prepared. So that's why we are threshing out the model, how we can service the consumers within the promised timeline. So quick commerce is more for gifting rather than self-consumption for watches as a category. If you want to buy for yourself, you would still prefer to go to a store, do some more research, rather than buy from quick commerce. So gift sets, couple watches, kids watches, yeah, birthday parties, you want to give it to as a return gift or a gift as a group. If we talk about Timex as a group in India, we do have a range of brands for each and every consumer. So if you see the price pyramid or the brand pyramid, at the top lies, we call them luxury brands, is Versace and Ferragamo. Then we have there's something which we define as a category which is called bridge to luxury. Yeah, so that is more of, say, Philip Line, GC, which is guest collection. That sits over there. And then you have the biggest, fastest growing category, which is fashion brands. So most of our brands, I would say 70% of our brands sit in the fashion category. And then of course we have Timex within fashion category, but we generally define it as affordable fashion. Yeah. So all of them have different consumer, and the way they consume and the way they interact with the brand are a bit different. So top of the pyramid, the luxury, is more offline driven, because you really want to experience it. You want to see how it looks on you. You want to try all of them. You want to see full mirror view of yourself, how it works. So it's a bit more engaging. So over there, the luxury and bridge to luxury, our business is largely offline driven. Whether it is independent partners or whether our own stores, which we have. We acquired a chain called Just Watches, just to ensure that we give a complete portfolio offering to our consumer. Wherein the fashion category and the affordable fashion, which is Timex and Guess and all other brands, Adidas or Nautica or Fogla, all of them, the e-commerce acceptability is there, because they are still affordable, and you still tend to buy online as well. So over there, the online is about 1/3, 2/3 is offline. The luxury brands are still, say, 90% of the business for any luxury brand still comes from the top 15 cities. Yeah, beyond that it becomes difficult, because there are consumers who spend, but luxury behaves a bit different. The smaller town, tier 2, tier 3, they actually they travel to tier 1 cities and buy from there. So over there, our focus will still remain, maybe from 15 it will go to about 20 cities, yeah, but not to 50 cities. India is seeing premiumization. So spending about, say, 15,000 on a watch is like no-brainer. Anybody and everybody does. So for fashion, yeah, tier 2, tier 3 are becoming very, very relevant. And then we also have few sub-brands of Timex, which is called TMX and Helix. TMX is for the first-time watch ownership consumers. And believe me, Nandini, that will be the major market driver in, say, 2 to 5 years from now. There are about 250 million people who have come out of poverty. They never wore a watch, and they will graduate to lower middle class in a couple of years, and they'll buy a first watch. And that is where TMX will become like huge, big brand business for us. So we are laying the foundation there. Timex is relevant across geographies, across tiers, tier 1, metros, tier 2, tier 3. But the fact remains, if we talk about today, for all brands which are in fashion also, about 2/3 of the business still comes from the top 15 cities. Yeah, but the growth is much higher in the cities beyond these. But the contribution of business still is small there. So while we continue driving our businesses in the top 15, 17 cities, we continue investing in the next 50 cities for tomorrow. But our e-commerce business is driving the growth there. And that's not only in the top 100 cities, it is say about 500 cities across India. So e-commerce is what is fulfilling the demands there. But all of us, I think, all brands across categories, not only watches, including us, we are investing in tier 2, tier 3 you can have a bigger store there, bigger footprint at a bit more competitive rentals. Timex is our own brand, 170 years. That's our family. Rest all are licensed brands, but all those licensed brands also we have a very long-term relationship. And I'm happy to share, while Timex does 170 years, completes 170 years, Guess Watches completes 40 years. Versace completes 25 years. So that speaks volume about our association. We are the first and the only partner for both of them, and same applies to all our brands. But when you say investing on brand, licensed brand, the investments are a bit lesser because that's the model. When you're taking license, you are giving royalties to them and they are building the brands for you. You are building the category, not the brand. Last year, smartwatches for the first time degrew at about 37% for the full year, wherein the growth used to be about 400%, 500% in the first 3 years. So it's stabilizing. But both of them serve a very different consumer type and consumer, ask, and both of them will coexist. And we do have smartwatches. We are proud of our analog heritage, which is growing. But we do take the smartwatches as an add-on business and add-on category, and which is working. So, if I have to summarize, I think both of them will coexist, and that's what's happening across the world. And there's no threat to analog from smartwatches at all. We realized that these are all partner stores where consumer journey is not completely the way we want, and that only happens when it is exclusive stores. So we have 3 formats. One is called Timex World. We have about 30 stores of that, and then last year we acquired a format called Just Watches, and we have about 20 stores. And then we also have exclusive stores of Daniel Wellington. So all these put together, our retail footprint at this point in time is about 62 stores. And this is spread about 20 cities. Yeah, it is still small. We know that we have just started. What each of the format does is Daniel Wellington is only Daniel Wellington, exclusively Daniel Wellington. Timex World is more of Timex and less of our few other fashion brands. But we wanted to showcase the consumer the entire portfolio of brands which we have. That is where we acquired Just Watches. So Just Watches, you will find all our brands being retail from the same store with a journey which is more curated, more under our control. And this is actually one of the growth pillar also, wherein we want to expand our exclusive brand stores over the next 3 to 5 years and take it to somewhere close to about 300, 350 from 60 which we have. And across these 3 formats, Just Watches will be the larger driver because it becomes a multi-brand, exclusive format for the group as compared to the other 2, which is Timex World and